It was great working with DK Global. They were very professional. They were very attentive. If we needed changes made to the imagery, they were right there and they got back to us quickly. My name is Spencer Lucas. I'm a trial lawyer at Panish Shea Boyle. I represent survivors of trauma and families, whether it be a traumatic brain injury, a spinal cord injury, or survivors of sexual abuse. The Felix case was a catastrophic automobile collision on the 105 freeway here in LA. There were actually 4 different vehicles involved in the crash, which made the liability somewhat perplexing at the beginning. The defendant in the case was a company called Southern California Underground, and they were driving a tractor trailer on the freeway, and they were hauling a giant Caterpillar excavator. So it was a huge vehicle. And that tractor trailer rear-ended a small Chevy, absolutely crushing it. And that Chevy then rear-ended our client's car, pushing our client into yet another vehicle. That was the 4th vehicle in the crash. So the liability in the case started when the tractor trailer company was blaming our client, Steve, and they were saying that he actually caused the whole chain of events. But after taking many depositions of all the parties, all of the witnesses, downloading the data from the vehicles and having our engineers analyze that, we determined the truth was that this company, Southern California Underground, the driver didn't know what he was doing. He wasn't paying attention. He had a bunch of priors, was not the best driver in the world. And he failed to slow down for slowing traffic ahead. And he rear-ended that first car. And unfortunately for Mr. Felix, who was 88 years old at the time, he broke his spine. He suffered a very severe fracture at the T12L1 level. And not only was it fractured, but there was a dislocation, and it went into the spinal canal, causing severe spinal cord damage that caused permanent impairment to his lower body with the nerve damage. So Mr. Felix was severely injured. There were numerous claimants involved, and there was a $5 million policy. So we got DK Global involved when I did a policy limit demand on behalf of all the parties. And we did the first demand and it was rejected, second demand rejected. Finally, I got DK Global involved and they did a beautiful settlement video outlining the severity of the injuries to our client. All of the injuries that our client sustained, they put into this beautiful video, and I sent that along with the demand package. And guess what? They ended up paying the $5 million policy. At the end of the day, there were 3 claimants to this $5 million. Our client, Steve, his sister, Yvonne, who was represented by a different firm, and the gentleman who was first hit, and his vehicle was severely crushed. And so we went to a binding arbitration with a retired judge here in LA, and we were able to show the judge the severity of that spinal fracture and how it affected Mr. Felix. Mr. Felix was apportioned $4 million out of the $5 million. We were really able to use the medical evidence in the case and the imagery created by DK Global to help our client get the maximum recovery. And on this case, we had a budget. And so we worked with them in figuring out what we could do with some budgetary constraints given the case, and they did a great job for us. In the current environment where everyone's working from home, I think we're going to see more and more arbitrations like we had in this case. And when you're doing an arbitration in front of a retired judge, I think it's important to do a streamlined damages analysis. And that's where something like a company such as DK Global can help you synthesize the damages in your case and present a compelling visual demonstration for the judge in the arbitration. Stay safe and stay healthy, everybody.